Now, this is one of those illustrates the claim questions. And the way I think of these is kind of like they just rearranged all the parts of the question, right? So it's almost like the question itself is the passage. And then the answer choices are the passage, right? They're the lines. And so we need to back up what the question wants. We need to provide what the question wants. So it's weird, it's backwards, but just if you kind of think of that way, you can maybe find the right information very confidently. So we need to illustrate the claim. What is the claim? Well, the passage is very short. Looking Back on Girlhood, and it is a 1892 short story by Sarah Orne Jewett. In the story, the narrator explains that she prefers her hometown to other places she has visited. Right? That's a very specific thing. So that's why I highlighted it, right? That's the real question, is which choice provides evidence of that. So let's see. Choice A, there's always something fresh, something to be traced or discovered, something particularly to be remembered. Well, where? Right? This seems like a good, positive thing, right? We want that. We want a preference for the hometown, but it doesn't tell me that we're talking about the hometown. So I really want that information. Maybe it's implied, but really we want to have some sort of evidence of that. So I don't think it's going to be right. B, two large rivers join just below the village at the head of the tidewater, and these, with the great inflow from the sea, make a magnificent stream bordered by lovely green fields that slope gently to long lines of willows at the water's edge. So again, this might be about her hometown. I really don't know. It's definitely positive. It seems to involve a preference, and maybe I should kind of redo this dumb summary, right? The hometown we want to say is positive, but the other places should be negative. So I get the positive here, but where's the negative, right? Where is the evidence that something is preferred over something else? So I don't see that here. That's not a good sign. C, I have had a good deal of journeying in my life and taken great delight in it, but I have never taken greater delight than in my rides and drives and tramps and voyages within the borders of my native town. I mean, come on. It's literally just saying, yeah, I've been to lots of places, but my town is best. Now, it's not being negative on the other places, so that's a little different from maybe what I expected from the question, but I can certainly see how it still indicates a preference, right? It's not that the other places were bad, it's just that my hometown is better. So that's probably the answer, but let's look at D. There is never-ending pleasure in making oneself familiar with such a region. Again, what is the region? Is it a region that she lives in now? Is it a region she's gone to? And being familiar with it, does that mean it's good? I mean, I guess there's pleasure in that, but does that mean you prefer it over something else? There's too many questions here. So C does not have any real questions. We are able to just say, okay, like it says exactly what it needed to say. So don't let these questions bother you. They're a little weird. They're kind of a little backwards and jumbled, but generally speaking, it's actually good for us because the passage will be so short, we'll be able to very quickly pull out the right idea and then go searching for that in the choices.